In this video, I'll be evaluating my A2 media coursework. The first question is, in what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? I believe that my media product, so the trailer, poster and magazine cover, all conform with common conventions as I thoroughly research each media piece extensively to understand what needs to be done for it to be as accurate and as close to real life products as possible. For example, I posted 3 individual blogs or blog posts where I have researched a variety of trailers, posters and magazine covers to find out what I need to follow in order for my task to look professional. When conducting my research, I made a prezi on what a trailer is and then made a further prezi after we started constructing the trailer, talking about the conventions that I have followed in the trailer that is also used in real life trailers. So, for example, we used the film title, we also used music and voiceovers. I also researched posters of magazine covers in order to deeply analyse what they include and which I can then reflect on in my tasks. Ways in which we may have been a bit unconventional was the colour choice of our poster. This is because the background that we chose was black and white, but it was merged together to look slightly grey. And this is kind of slightly out of the norm because usually posters are bright or bold colours which stand out. However, we compensated for this by emphasising the colours of our main character's clothes, which makes the poster stand out more. However, in the rest of our products, we've mainly followed conventions, as this means that we aren't running the risk of our products not being easily distinguishable as a trailer, poster or magazine cover. As Stuart Hall's audience reception theory highlights, the audience are active members that respond to text, and therefore we thought that we would continue with what we know the audience likes when it comes to being conventional, as it's a tried and tested method which has been effective for large production companies. Question 2 is, how effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary text? When constructing our products, we have tried to make the continuity between them as strong as possible, which means thinking of ways that we can make them link without being too obvious in order to maintain a professional look. Throughout the products, there is consistency. For example, in the magazine cover and poster, we use the same colour scheme and also the same fonts and logos between all 4 magazine covers because each individual member of our group did one magazine cover and labelled it as like a collective item because that kind of would make it's kind of a marketing strategy. We made the trailer link to other products by using similar fonts and the same characters which acted as our brand. And also the logo in the poster links to the trailer because where the logo appears in our trailer, it's also on our poster. When collecting and analysing results from the target audience feedback of ancillary products, I noticed that one of them talks about a clear synergy between the products, which shows they all link, which is especially important as someone who hasn't been involved in the construction noticed the links. So an external person has noticed that they all go together and that there is continuity. Question 3 talks about what have you learnt from your audience feedback? Throughout the coursework, we have conducted a lot of target audience research and responses. This has enabled us to see what our market was and what they desired that we could include and develop, and also how we could improve our work according to the consumer. We mainly carried out online surveys as these were easily accessible and easy to share around and get as many respondents as possible. This meant that we could start getting responses and acting on them as soon as possible. And our target audience research was extremely useful to us as we could see what they liked and how they would improve our work to make it more appealing to them. We especially benefited from the feedback from our trailer as we then went back and edited it according to the responses we received. For example, we refilmed certain scenes that they may have said were a bit fuzzy or blurry, and we also added a scene that they said they would have liked to see, which was the roof scene. In if we conducted the research again, then I feel like it would be important to get respondents to elaborate, as this would mean that we could see their reasoning behind their choices, and possibly mean that we can get a greater idea about what they are looking for, so we can get it right first time in following tasks, rather than having to conduct lots and lots of target audience research. I feel like being a creator of this product means that it's very difficult to truly be objective, as it's easy for us to miss little details when you work on it so much. This is why target audience research is so useful, as they can point out things that may not have been noticed, and that means that we can improve on them, as it will be difficult to overcome this issue without feedback, as we probably wouldn't have noticed it. The last question 4, is how did you use media technologies in the construction and research planning and evaluation stages? During the coursework, we used a variety of different technologies to research, plan and construct our product. I obviously use Google a lot, or on many occasions, to gather research, which helped me gain accurate insight and knowledge about existing products, and what I need to do to make mine similar to that. When presenting my work, I tried to use as many platforms as possible to make my work as creative as I could. Some of the websites I used were Prezi or Bubblus, along with other ways to present my work, such as like PowerPoints and stuff like that. On some occasions, for example now, I also used my phone to film videos, which I then uploaded to YouTube. We also used YouTube on quite a few occasions to get clips when researching trailers, and also uploading vlogs of the filming process. And we also uploaded our trailer to YouTube as well, which was an easily accessible way for people being able to view what we had done. When filming, we used cameras to capture the clips, which also needed a tripod to stabilise the camera, and on some occasions a dolly when capturing the tracking shots. This equipment allowed our piece to be filmed successfully and professionally, as we had good quality resources. We stored the clips and shots on an SD card, and then used Final Cut Pro, which was on a Mac, to edit together our trailer, and screen recorded this process using QuickTime Player, which we also used to export our final piece. Also, when constructing our ancillary products, we used Photoshop to piece together our magazine cover and poster, using a variety of effects to make it look impressive and similar as professional as posters or magazine covers by large companies. By using all of the above technologies and more, it meant that our work could be more advanced than if it wasn't used. For example, using presentation software such as Prezi meant that my blog wasn't full of text, which made it more interactive and easy to read. All of this technology means that everything is a lot more accessible to many people, as research can easily be done and clips and presentations easily shared. This may mean that advertising and interaction is a lot easier, as it is so much more readily available and quick, which is beneficial to our product, as it can be researched thoroughly, constructed effectively, and a wide variety of people can see it with ease.